Okay. So, Rian, have you taken the screenshot? Hello, Rian, you are on mute.
Sorry. Dilbit, can you please show your ID card? Any government ID card?
One second. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So, Marit, I had done with the screenshot. You can take it forward.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, Devjit, can you brief about yourself?
Yeah, hi. So basically, I'm having around 6.10 years of experience in IT sector, and currently I'm working with ENY. So I have basically worked with three clients. Currently, I'm associated with Wells Fargo, so where I'm working upon a project called soft check deployment project. So before going for deployment, actually, it is working as a soft check to see like if there is any vulnerabilities found in the code or not. So that was the thing which we are working. And prior to that, I have worked with the Visa as well as HSBC. So in that, basically, I have worked upon a payment-based project, like automating the payment matching and approval process and acknowledging payment. So those things basically we have worked upon, and we have made use of tech stacks like Java, Spring Boot, microservices. These things we have made use of. And prior to that, actually, I worked with CGI. So I have also worked there with Java, Spring, and microservice. And there actually I worked with their product, Trade 360 product. Yeah. And prior to that, I was
Mm.
working in one startup.
Okay. So, which version of Java you are using currently?
Yeah, I've made use of Java 8. I'm currently using Java 17.
Okay, Java 17. Okay. What kind of changes you see in Java 17? The new features, what has been added?
Yeah, so there are certain new features added like addition of Jakarta persistence package. So instead of using JavaX or persistence, we are making use of Jakarta persistence package, and we have made use of means there are certain functionalities like record and sealed functionality, which gives the flexibility to classes to implement like which all methods they want to implement and override. So those things were there. And then in switch case, actually there is a implementation of lambda function. So we can add lambda function logic within cases, and we can add multiple values in cases with comma separated. So these
Mhm.
things basically.
So, you recently joined in Ernesta. When did you join here? July 23. Yeah.
July 21 in ENY, and we have
Okay.
associated
Okay.
with clients with a specific duration of time.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So, can you explain the features of 1.8?
Yeah, in Java 1.8, there are multiple features like lambda function is there, functional interface is there, optional classes there, default and static methods of interfaces are there, and yeah, completable feature is there, and yeah,
Okay. So, I'll give a scenario. You tell me how can you solve the problem statement. Okay.
okay,
Suppose you have a CSV file which contains some lots of records. Okay.
okay,
You need to read the data from a CSV file and store it into a database in multiple tables. Okay. So if you read record by record, it will take time consuming and it might chance of getting into out of memory all those issues. How do
hmm.
you solve this problem statement in an optimized way?
Okay. So first we have to read that file. So we can make use of like buffer reader br equal to new buffer reader. Then we can create input stream reader class. So we can create a instance for input stream reader instance equal to new file input stream reader. So that instance we will be passing it there, and then we can pass that path of the file, like where file is present. Then we will run a loop going through the entire record of that data, like record by record. So while that BR reference, buffer data reference is not equal to null, we will be fetching the data record by record, and then we can store the data, whatever data is been present in there. So we will be creating a mapping for that for each and
Okay. Have you ever used it multi-threading?
Uh, yeah, so basically we have made use of @async annotation over a method. So it gives the response in little bit later time, because it's like the DB operation or some other operation which is not required to return the response at that point of time. So there we have made use of @async, and we have made use of a REST template as well. With the help of that, we have done this synchronous communication with another microservice,
Mm.
and yeah.
Okay.
So once we have in our project, actually we have made use of computable future as well to fetch the data which may come in later point of time, and then with the help of submit method we can get the data and store it in a computable future, and then with the help of get method we can get the data. So that way we have done.
Okay. So, what have you ever used flatmap? Can you tell me the difference between map and flatmap?
Yeah. So basically, map is used for mapping the data from one object to another object. So let's suppose the employee contains a lot of fields like employee ID, name, age, salary. So I want to get only the salary or a range. So we can map it and we can get only salary. But for flat map, actually, we can make use of when there is a mapping in such a way that value part or other part is also a list format. So actually for flattening purpose we can make use of that. So let's suppose I'm creating a map containing the key as a string value and a value as a new array list, and getting the name and other details. So with the help of flat map, actually we can flatten the data and we can get the names for that value part, which contains the array list of names and other details. So basically for flattening purpose we can make use of it.
Okay. So I'll give a simple program. Can you share your screen and write a program?
Okay.
Okay. Suppose the input is a string. Okay. So you need to check whether the input given string, okay, is palindrome or not. If the given string is palindrome, you need to return true.
Okay.
If the given string is not palindrome
Yeah.
and can be converted into a palindrome, then also you need to return true. If the given string is not palindrome and cannot be converted into a palindrome, then you need to return false.
Okay.
Clear? Understood?
So first of all, we need to check whether it is a palindrome or not. Then we have to return true.
Hmm.
If it is
That is
not,
a straightforward. Okay.
yeah, then we have to
That is a
check whether
straightforward. What I am interested is if the given string is not palindrome and can you need to check whether it can be converted into a palindrome or not.
okay,
Okay, if it can be converted into a palindrome, then you need to return true.
okay,
Okay, the third condition is also straightforward. If it is not palindrome, then you need to return false. And what I'm interested is fourth one, where if the given string is not palindrome and cannot be converted into a palindrome, then you need to return false. I'm more interested to see the logic from you for the question number 2 and 4.
okay.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Devjit. Done.
No doing actually. Like this, I'm thinking.
Yeah, Dibjit. So, can you explain what is the logic you are applying for if the string is not palindrome and can be converted or cannot be converted into a palindrome?
Yeah, so basically I've created a method for that. I've created one stack, and I've assigned boolean palindrome possible is false. So here actually I've created one original string holding the original string and creating string builder. Then I'm running a loop and then pushing the data within the stack till the half the length of the string. And then I'm running the loop
Mm-hmm.
starting from backward till the half the length of the string, and I'm checking like whatever data is being picked up from the stack is
Mm-hmm.
same as the last character or not. So if it is same,
That is for checking of the palindrome,
yeah,
correct?
yeah, and if it
And
is,
what?
yeah, if the length is uh, if it is like if it is an odd number, if it is an odd number of characters, and if it is not a palindrome, then it will not be converted to palindrome.
So
For
suppose
even numbers,
odd
sorry,
number of
yeah,
k.
if it is for even numbers, like AABA is there, so we can't
Mm.
increase the number of characters, right?
We cannot increase.
Yeah, so if
It's
it
now
is,
only we can shuffle and rearrange the characters. It might come into a palindrome. That is what we need to check.
yeah, so if it is like within even number of characters, but if it is not palindrome, then it will not be converted to palindrome. So we are directly returning false with that, and we are checking s dot length modulus 2 not equal to 0. That means for odd I am checking like if it can be converted to palindrome or not. So I'm checking with peak, and then I'm checking like str dot caret j. So if both are same, then I'm picking the data from the
That
string.
means you are checking if the characters are odd numbers.
Yeah,
Then
if
you mean to say that is a palindrome. Huh?
no, that can be converted to palindrome.
Okay. How do you can you take an example and tell me?
Yeah, so this is AABSC. So I'm running the loop till half the length and putting the data into a stack one by one. So here actually we
Hold
are,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. 1 second, 1 second. Go above. So A, B, A, C, you said, right?
yeah,
So what is your palindrome string? You mean to say this is a palindrome or not?
it's a not palindrome.
Can be converted or not?
Yeah, if if C
No,
gets
no.
replaced
This
with
can be
A,
converted into a palindrome or not?
yes, it can be converted.
What is the converted value?
So if C is replaced with A, then it can be converted to palindrome, right? A A
It
B
is
A.
not replaceable. We need to only shuffle. It is not replaceable. Convert means it is not for a replacement. Okay, you understood this way. Okay.
So either way, we are
Okay,
returning
you
the
tell me
boolean value.
logic.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Okay.
here actually we are setting the data checking from length minus 1 and greater than length by 2, means running from half the length, because still first half it is being inserted in a stack, and then I'm fetching the data and I'm checking. So
Okay, if I ask you if you don't need to replace, okay,
mhm.
what is your logic? Say I'll give one string, give one string. This can be converted into a palindrome, but it should not be replaced. Only thing is you need to reshuffle or the characters. Yeah, Murli.
So why we are reshuffling to convert it into a palindrome? Only we need to reshuffle, right? Otherwise, why we are reshuffling?
That is my requirement. See, if I gave a string, if
Mm-hmm.
you want to replace it, you can do it anything, right?
Yeah.
So, say if you need to replace,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll find a replacement and you'll be doing. My ask is not replace. If this string is eligible, say I gave this string, right? So if I change the characters, say if I keep the middle of G, FFG AA or AA FFG, AA GFF, that is a palindrome,
You
right?
have sent it, right?
I have sent it in a chat window. Okay. So if I keep G as a middle letter, third letter, then it will become a palindrome. Correct? This string is a palindrome. If
Okay,
I do
okay.
reshuffle.
Means you need to put any character at any position to convert it into palindrome like that you are telling.
Hmm. That is my ask. Like not I'm not I don't want to replace the existing and you build a new string. That is not my ask.
Okay.
Okay, for this kind of scenario, what is your logic? Converted replacement means if for any string you can do replacement and you can convert into a palindrome, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If you do your replacement.
Okay.
True or not?
Yes, yes. Now for odd numbers we can change to convert to palindrome, but for even we can't do.
What is that?
Actually, for odd numbers only if it is not palindrome we can convert it, but for even it is not possible. Even number of characters.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that's okay.
G,
We'll move on. Okay.
F,
So,
G.
what are all the disadvantages of the multi-threading?
So multi-threading it is a little bit slower because it is like if there are more number of threads and all threads are concurrently doing the task, so there will be a chance of context switching. So if there is like multiple threads assigned in a thread pool, and if all the threads have been assigned with certain set of tasks, so they can do switching. Like if one thread is doing one job and then parallelly it is hopping to another job, so one job is not completed yet, so it is like it's a little bit slower to say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you have worked on Spring Boot and microservice architecture, right? So, can
Yes.
you tell me the features of the Spring Boot?
Yes, features of Spring Boot means it is having rapid application development functionality. So we are not focusing solely on the like configuring the thing and doing manually all the configuration part. So all the auto configuration part is being handled by the Spring Boot, and we are just focusing upon writing the business logic, doing the high level designing and part. So these things are there, and second is we can have annotations for the injection. So if we are doing previously in Spring, actually we need to do in XML for the setter injection, constructor injection. Rather than that,
Okay.
we do with the help of annotation there, and we can have embedded Tomcat server in the Spring Boot. So which is not there in Spring. We need to configure it in standalone.sh file. We need to do configuration there.
Mhm. Okay. Now, suppose I'll give a scenario. You tell me how can you solve the problem statement. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose you have two microservices, microservice 1 and microservice 2. Okay.
Okay.
I want to consume microservice 2 in microservice 1. What are all the different ways to consume it? And second thing is if the microservice 2 is down due to any of the reason, how do you handle the failover scenarios?
Okay. So basically, there are two ways of fetching the data from B to A. First is the synchronous way, second is asynchronous way. So if it is a synchronous way of communication, then we can make use of REST template. So we can override the REST template class, and then with the help of that, we can call the exchange method. We can pass the URI, and then we can pass the request which the other microservice is accepting. Okay. Then after that, we will be getting the response from that microservice, and then we will be getting the status and the body part, and then after fetching the body part we will be writing the business logic, taking into consideration. And then there is asynchronous way of communication, that for that we are making use of RabbitMQ and Kafka. So with the help of that, actually we can send the data whatever we are sending there with the help of Kafka producer, then sending the data by creating a topic, and then there will be a consumer who is going to listen the data and will consume. Okay. So that way we can do. So by that we can auto wire Kafka template, and then we can make use of send method to send the data. But if one of the microservices down due to any reason, then we can create multiple instances of that services. So if one is down, another will be making use of, and we can make use of circuit breaker.
So have you worked in deployed anything related to Kubernetes on this deployment side?
Regarding deployment side, actually there was a separate team for that. But in Kubernetes, they were like we are making use of seeing the instances, seeing the pods of the microservices, check for logs and errors. So for those things, we have made use of Kubernetes, and we have made use of PCF and harness for deployment purpose.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, for build and deployment, we are setting the feature branch and giving the environment
So
name.
have you implemented circuit breaker design pattern?
For circuit breaker, we need to add properties in the XML file basically. So for that, we need to give the number of attempts that you want to have for fetching the data from another microservice, and then we need to import a library like a Spring Cloud Circuit Breaker, and then after that we need to write a logic for that. If it is calling, it will wait for 3 attempts. So if data is not being fetched, then it will return the default message like that microservice is down, so that the normal flow doesn't get blocked.
Okay. So you might have written the JUnit test cases, right? So when you write the JUnit test cases,
Mm-hmm.
suppose if the when you are executing the test cases, you if the code contains the CRUD operations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your actual data should not be disturbed in the database,
Yes, yes,
correct?
yes.
How do you handle this? Like, how do you mark this kind of data? Or what is your approach in solving this? How you
Uh,
have written this?
Yeah, so basically we can mock those repositories first. So we'll be first doing the inject mock for the service for where the method is written, where the business logic is written, and then we will be setting up the data. And with the help of before each, we can create a one method to initialize the setup, so that we can set it up, and we don't need to again set again and again. So from the method, actually we can do mockito.when, then call the method. If there is internally any save operation is happening, then we can call that repository.save, we can mock it up, and then we can return the data, and by setting it up, like if that method is called, then the default mocked data will be returned, which we are setting in the test class. And then we can do that service which is inject mocked, that service dot method name with the field, that object. So like that we have done.
Okay. Fine. That's all from my side. Debjit, do you have any questions?
Yeah, so basically in
Are you serving notice or how it is?
yeah, I'm currently serving notice period.
What is your last working day with the current company?
It's 4th of June.
4th of June. Okay. Fine. So you have any questions to me?
Basically, currently, what kind of project and what tech stacks is being worked upon? Alan.
Yeah, the project is for the healthcare domain.
Okay,
Okay. So on the tech stack, what we are looking out for is the Java Spring Boot microservices architecture,
okay,
along with the Kubernetes knowledge.
okay,
Also, we were expecting.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Thank you, Debjit.
Okay,
Thanks for
thank
your
you so
time.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.